Hello guys, so welcome to today's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on JFL TV, the home of football. So if today not the first time we see our program, for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news update as they drop all over the world. So for now, I will start with today's morning show. All right, so yeah, right, going to talk about the game we will play against Everton. Now, yeah, right, one of the opinion say Arsenal will beat Everton 3-0. So now we think they think like it could get to like 3-0 based on the players we got missing for Everton. But this same match, the match go tough from waiting at the here. The match go tough, you guess. Now, nobody Ian right there for the studio. Roy King, they right there. One other lady they can't talk about the game. Now, Roy King backs Everton. Everton starts to score goal of the season, blah 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 blah. Everton returns to the Hill Dickinson Stadium for the first time this year when they welcome Arsenal to the Merseyside. And you see this particular game we don't play, now it will be Everton's last home game in 2025. So Everton won't make a memorable. In fact, they don't talk to them, go put tifo everywhere. Like it's going to be an incredible atmosphere. More is already the call fans. Maybe they turn up on that day, maybe they scatter everywhere. You get the way they don't they prepare for this game. For you don't say the game no go dey that easy. Now Roy Keane and Ian Wright predict Everton versus Arsenal game. You get so when you read the entirety of the reports, we notice some of the players no go dey, those ones who don't go AFCON, then Kenan Drewsbury Hall, then even Jack Grealish will also don't go injury. So now Roy Keane going to disagree with Ian Wright. Now, speaking to the Speak to Football podcast, Roy Keane admitted he does not think the game between Everton and the league leaders will be totally one-sided. Because in the look, see, as Ian Wright, they talk say, we go now then 3-0, Charlie. So me, I actually agree with Ian Wright, and I actually agree with Roy Keane that you are projecting your team, yes, you go beat them 3-0 na normal level, you get. But also, e no go dey that easy because why? We are going away from home. One, Everton sef na physical side. Forget say maybe some of their players no go dey available. They will still put in a very, very strong effort, and they be team wey dey thrive on long balls and set pieces. No forget that James Brathwaite is still there, Tarkowski is still there. So they still get players wey fit actually give a good showing, even though their key men are gonna be out, but we never know how they go take set up. But usually, Everton at the Goodison Park or the Hill Dickinson Stadium, they always turn up. They always come out. They know they usually play 10 men behind the ball. So I will expect them to do the same unless maybe they can't change their shape, which no go also surprise me. Because when people face Arsenal, they change their shape. You get so I no go dey surprised. So make we prepare for anything. Now back to wetin Ian Wright talk gangan. Ian Wright, first of all, chill. Because say, I think we beat them. Say im go first wan know whether Gabriel Magalhaes go dey available. But I'll still say we beat them. I think Everton might get one from the set piece, get Tarkowski 2-1. Now Jill Scott they talk down and say she dey feel say maybe Arsenal go just beat them 2-1, then Tarkowski go score one cross and not it go end. So Wright gonna say no, say me, I would have gone 3-0. Yeah, that's what it's added. Yes. In fact, in his last prediction, Kim predicts okay, that one already concern us. But you see this particular match, e no go dey as easy as people think. At the same time, if e still come dey easy because nobody get crystal ball to look into the future to know wetin go happen. But me, I need a big response, like a very solid response, because another incentive for that day be say Manchester City are going to be playing ahead of us. All things being equal, we expect them to beat Sunderland unless something different happens. Because Man City are missing Jeremy Doku, they're missing a Nuri, they're missing Marmoush, John Stones, Rodri. They get players wey don dey out already. Oscar Bob sef collect injury for their last match, so they have a decent number of players out injured and two don already go AFCON. So we don't really know what is going to happen at the Stadium of Light, where we know Sunderland always turns up, but Sunderland themselves get like 6 players wey don dey out to AFCON. So we don't know how the dynamics of that game will play out. All things being equal, the expectation is that Man City will win. If that does happen, it means before we play, Man City go run there for the first position for the first time in a long while. Maybe first time this season sef, if I'm not mistaken. And the media go chop am, coach Ebi Shawama, you guys go say, Man City, they are the first position. Arsenal will need to react. So that is when, if you think say Wolves game pressure dey our head, now you go see babanla pressure, because the whole world expects you to beat Everton on that day. These are not the same fans dey put pressure on Arsenal for Arsenal players. The whole world globally, you sef, by the time wey you don sup as I take tell you, wey Man City don blast Sunderland don dey ahead, you go want, like, it is either Arsenal win or Arsenal win. There are no two ways about it, because anything wey make us draw Everton at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, baba, is going to be a psychological defeat. Like, the no, in fact, I don't even reason go that side because it will be disastrous. So the truth is, now must win 3 points. So we will see how this weekend, na Saturday, we will see how this weekend go. But that is why Friday for me is going to be key. I want to hear what Ateta will say about our players, that status, you get the state of mind, state of health. You go dey very, very key. We will see wetin really dey sup. If you go even see games wey be say dey for this December like this, after we dey play Everton, we dey go face Crystal Palace for the EFL Cup, so that we go know, we go go face our semi-final, because if we beat Palace, we don enter semi-final. After the Crystal Palace, we are looking at Everton and we are looking at Aston Villa. You get. And my happiness be say after the Hill Dickinson Stadium game, our next 3 games now for the Emirates Stadium. So at least we dey familiar grounds. Yeah, so if we collect the maximum points, back, it's possible. Yes, on the balance of probabilities, we have higher probability ratio to win those games. We are Arsenal for a reason. Yes, we fit do am. You get. So we could just see how everything will turn out at the end of the day. Now, away from that, Ian Wright come dey talk say wetin Manchester United dey do Bruno Fernandes, he no really like am. So if the guy dey available, he go happily take the guy for Arsenal. You get, because Fernandes came out 2 days ago and he was complaining, say he could have left, he almost left Manchester United in the summer. So the Man U hierarchy wanted him to leave, because I think it was Al Hilal wey offer 100 million. They offer 100 million for him, and they offered 700,000, I think, £1,000 per week. So now he come dey talk say the money dey far ahead of wetin dey earn for Manchester United, and say no be say dem no dey pay am well for Man U, but that one are like ×3, like ×2 thereabouts, e plenty. But he no dey happy say Man U come dey feel like say if you want to go, you can go, we can get over you. So it don't really make sense. They're supposed to fight for us. If no be say he talk to the manager, and because of his own family, probably his family don't want to go Saudi Arabia. If not, Ajay, if I don't leave. So when you read the entirety of the report, Ian Wright going to criticize Manchester United's treatment of Bruno Fernandes and admits he'll take him at Arsenal tomorrow. You get, so now waiting. They tell all those Roy Kingdom. So what's gonna do this guy no good, because the guy said from the club, I felt it was like, if you go, it's not so bad for us. It hurts me a bit. Fernandes said after they played the 4-4 draw with Bournemouth. Yes, so more than hurting me, it makes me sad. I am a player that no one can criticize. I'm always available. I always give my best. And the truth is, without this guy, Man U for the final relegation, because this guy now they inspire most of their attacks. Look at that 4-4. Look at that free kick going wipe. He enter. So this guy they really do very well. So, well, make I not dive too much about the reports. But the team is saying, "Mister, with the guy they available and Arsenal won't sign him. Baba, bring him. The guy is very good. A very nice player. And you know the sick. You know the game. He had me here say Bruno Fernandes get injury. You know the 2 weeks. He had always available. You get. I just like him. Now. They don't do the draw yesterday. Remember, I talk and say the draw for the semi-final will be available, even though we never play the quarter-final. We'll still play against Crystal Palace, but the draw don't come out. We don't know who we go meet. So now Chelsea we go meet. If we beat Crystal Palace, we're gonna be playing Chelsea. Now Newcastle will face Manchester United, and don't forget that this semi-final tie is going to be a 2-legged tie, home and away. You get. So they're very interesting. Sky Sports have done already. Post time, they don't talk about the thing. Now, if you go to the Arsenal website, Arsenal self post the same thing, you get. So they say, should we beat Crystal Palace next week, we'll face Chelsea in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Now, the way that they structure them, Chelsea now go first play first leg. Then we will go play the second leg at the Emirates Stadium, which is very, very fine. And an extra incentive what I come here, we ask them to put for their website, maybe they don't really need or even put them there. Like the fact say, based on when Chelsea played Cardiff, Casado collects card, and therefore it accumulates the number of cards to miss one match. So Casado is going to be missing the first leg of this encounter at the Stamford Bridge, which is a big, big, big boost to Arsenal, because when Chelsea no get Casado, their winning ratio they drop. But Chelsea with Casado, their winning ratio they go high. And by then, I expect all our, because we're talking about January 2026. So by then, I expect all our players to be hale and hearty. I expect our formidable defense of Gama Magales with Saliba, Calafiori, Timber to be there. Go mad, gone. Yeah, so that what me I expect. But would first of all, because probably I say, we will look to the future, we never address what they happen now. But go first leave that Chelsea match. Face Crystal Palace. First of all, beat Crystal Palace. This one not be home and away. This one a one-off. So first of all, beat the Crystal Palace. We're gonna be at home. You get so the expectation is that we will win. You get, but it no go dey very, very easy. So the abilities will play in team. And in fact, at the end of the day, I could say one of the best players of Crystal Palace will not be available in SAR. So SAR self don't go AFCON. You get, so that one self, if they give me job, we are going to be contending with Mateta and the likes of other players. So that one self dey. Now, away from that, you get one sad news on the trend. So Sky Sports Football and say Macclesfield FC forward Ethan McLeod has sadly passed away after being involved in a car accident while traveling back from Bedford town on Tuesday night. So the thoughts of everyone at TNT Sports are with his friends and family. You get, so it's just quite unfortunate. It's just be like that Diogo Jota event. So it's quite sad. May soul and souls of all the faithful departed through the mercy of God rest in peace. Amen. Now, away from that, you see, in the conversation of this World Cup, what they talk about, they say FIFA never still finish their investigation whether whether Nigeria will take the place of DR Congo for the World Cup playoffs and all that. But Donald Trump now can't bust everybody bubble, can't put executive order, can't designate plenty countries, say make them no give them visa come US for now. You get, Nigeria did there, Senegal dey there, like some of all these African countries, dem dey there. So wetin dat one come mean be say na only players, staffs, coaching members na im fit dey allowed to go United States of America go watch ball. If you be Nigerian fan now, maybe it might be difficult for you to go. Like I just get this news update, which is quite crazy. So maybe between now and when the World Cup will happen, maybe they will do something diplomatic about it. Because people were telling me that Sachuk, how you sure say if you go watch the World Cup, all those kind of things. It is quite crazy. So maybe they might exempt just the supporters club, all those kind of things. But say maybe from your house now, Nigeria, just want to go embassy now, you might not get an exemption. So we just will wait for clarity, because it is quite crazy. Because even the World Cup people say they don't reduce the price of the games. I think it's now at $45 per match. So they don't reduce the price. Gone. Many people they show interest. So we'll just watch. Hopefully these issues get resolved with diplomacy. Get now what me I respect. So away from that, let's also bring you a message from Billy to
your favorite wine drink for your party and celebration in every occasion. Call your friends and family, time to celebrate, have a good time. Pura Sepa comes in different variants. There's I like the red wine. Pura Sepa wine. Relax and enjoy your life with Pura Sepa wine.
All right, so Pura Sepa wine is brought to you by Benito Nigeria Limited. It's a Spanish drink, alcoholic drink. So if you're interested in their products, maybe you want to be one of their distributors or you want to buy it for your events, make you reach out to Mr. Julius on 08033264146. So his number has been at the bottom of the screen for so long. So if you have an interest, make you no waste time, make you get in touch with them ASAP. Now, away from that, let's also bring you a message from Moby Wealth Associates and Co Limited. They're into construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate, and shore protection works. They are also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, call them on +234 8064642234, and they're located at number 7 Ekeniwa Road, or Razi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of their services, please do reach out to them. Now, away from that, I can't get the statistics. Say Julian Timber has been dribbled past just only 5 times from 57 attempts in the Premier League this season. In fact, the opponents have only a 9% success rate against him. That's why you see that our right side, oh my God, bless us with good defenders, right backs. When white be white, no be now we saying this much don't get injury. When white be white, that's so it be. For that right side, I can beat my chest, say no matter the winger where you be, you know, feel like a pot of soup. And this is the way that they talk. They also need to add a caveat. Say Bukayo Saka save the help am out. Because if Saka no dey track back to help am out, therefore they lick like a pot of soup. You get, because the opposition will use 2v1, they enter am. So Saka they equalize the situation to make it 2v2. So he go interface with him player one. But if say now only one winger and him one-on-one, Baba, the chances of you dribbling him is slim. You get, but you know, so that they double up on people these days. So you need to also add Bukayo Saka in this equation. But the truth is, when it comes to 1v1 and not 2v1 against him, but 1v1, Baba, I don't know who you be. You know if he beat him, you get. And not just defensively, he's also good in the attacking side of things. God bless us with a very good player, I get. And at this type of thing, Matthew Skelly said they do for that left side before they come usurp in position, carry and give Calafiori. So that's why I've forgotten the pundit that said that Arsenal's first 4 fullbacks are better than anybody in the league, are better than other clubs' fullbacks, and that analysis is not actually out of place. Now, another one where some people feel say they out of place, now be Jack Grealish. Come as I call it, talk about Bukayo Saka. If Saka watch this particular video, I honestly think he will feel offended by it, get, because sometimes all this kind of thing they vex person. Now, Grealish say Bukayo Saka is so good. He's one of the best wingers in the world, but he's not skillful. Say Saka no sabi dribble. Say Saka no dey dribble. You get. Say Saka need space to even do anything. So when they put Saka for tight spaces, he cannot do anything. Some people found it offensive. They can't like no normal na social media within that they can't tackle Jack Grealish. But say make I still bring up this conversation. What do you think about what Jack Grealish is saying? In fact, I would argue that some people even believe Madueke is a better dribbler than Bukayo Saka. But Bukayo Saka's decision making is much higher than Madueke. If they give Madueke ball, he go dribble, go do this, but his final product, people feel he no dey that desirable. But Bukayo Saka's final product, majority of the time, people feel it is desirable. But at this point, this season, I would also argue that Saka is not in form. Because that is what the numbers are saying. Saka is not in form. If you go check assists, like assists this season for the league, Saka no dey first 100. I say, I'm going to go next page. So no be the normal star boy where we know. So it is either he has a secret injury where we don't know. Maybe they nurse something. You get, so I honestly feel he's not informed. And it is a good thing, you know, say they informed now, which means moving forward, that form will come. Then say person they inform, can later lose the form. So now good thing say moving forward, that form, you go center body. And one of the reasons why I feel say really they inform, not be say too good though. But the gang up is too much. They won't even kill him. They will kick and make it fall. All those things serve. Saka sometimes feel even they fear to go pull body for some kind of tackles because opposition players, they mean him. Our play is predictable. They know say all play, majority of the time, goes to Bukayo Saka. No thanks to Odegaard. So Odegaard has to understand that you are not the number 10 for only Bukayo Saka, you are number 10 for everybody, which is why people they talk say, why not change our 4-3-3? Where they keep Odegaard, that 3 waiting for the midfield. Odegaard will come there for the far right, so then go directly behind Bukayo Saka. This thing is intentional. Ateta made this thing intentional, and a deliberate thing. Because Odegaard feel be say, he won't supply everybody, but Ateta say, stay for that place, because when you have a 4-3-3, and the middle 3, before the front three. Odegaard dey for the far right. The direct person wey go dey interface with na Bukayo Saka. Why not put a 4-2-3-1 so that that three wey dey behind the one, Odegaard go dey the middle of that three. Then Saka go dey by his side instead of being in front of him. Saka go dey by his side, then Trossard go dey by the side. Then you have Gyokeres in front, which means Martinelli or Trossard, Odegaard, and Saka will be feeding the one. That is what Man City is doing. Man City play 4-1-4-1, which means you have four people directly behind Erling Haaland. Either of those four people are saddled with the responsibility of feeding him. You don't have their own creative players like Ryan Cherky playing in the 4-3-3 and he's in the far right. These are some of the things wey me personally I don observe. Say, you no think say e go make sense people change this our formation because e no dey help Odegaard. E no dey help Odegaard. And if me dey see these things, some of you might have seen it too. And I want to believe the data analysts at Arsenal might be seeing it too. But we just dey watch. We just dey watch. Because if you check some games wey we dey play 4-2-3-1, we dey usually do well when we play like that. But what do I know? All of us, we just dey, as we dey see now, na so we dey talk. Na Arteta get the final say. But wetin I really think, like this thing wey I tell you now about this formation wey Odegaard dey play in the middle three and he's play far right, una think say na there number 10 suppose to dey play? Una think say na there suppose to be number 10 position? So, well, I say make I just ask that question today, sha. Now, moving on, Victor Gyokeres sef don beat Alexander Isak to Swedish award as the best attacker of the year. So when I read that, I was very, very happy. It gets, although Gyokeres also needs to do more. It gets, if somebody came to my DM, you know, say, Sachus, you be talking about Gyokeres. You are only talking about Odegaard, Bukayo Saka. What about Gyokeres? He's not doing very well. At the same time, yesterday when I could talk about wetin Darren Bent talk about Gyokeres, say Gyokeres never really dey do well. Some other people say, Sachus, why they talk about Gyokeres? Leave man, like, oh, it doesn't satisfy everybody, actually. But the truth is, we have to talk about all our players. And when we talk about these things, it's not from a position of hate or a position of malice. It's because we want them to improve. They get paid, win or lose. They pay you. They pay me. You get, what is our joy at the end of the season? Nobody say we win something. These players, win or lose, they're fine. They're fine. They get paid weekly. Both the coach, both the managers, everybody, all of them, they are getting paid. The administrators, whether they win title, they don't win title, they get paid. So that is, you need sometimes I'll just for a few seconds I'll come on my journalistic cap, still give you the analysis and the POV of the fans for you to understand that we fans, we don't get paid, nothing. I be one go for still it say, oh, we made 20 billion this year. Now I don't want to concern me and you know my pocket, the money they enter. So that's why we also need to let you know winning something, winning laurels is key, and it's got to be this season, man. Let's start with this EFL Cup. First of all, dispatch Crystal Palace. Very, very key. Now, away from that, I can see another report where Pemata Saka, they address parents, they talk, how the academy be. The parents they say, see, if you bring your Peking come here, there is no chance, say, it will be Bukayo Saka. You just have a 1% chance that he's going to be the next Bukayo Saka. You get, if I read the quote, say, Matty Saka talking, say, I set the expectations right from pre-academy and speak to under-8 parents. Your son has got less than 1% to be the next Bukayo Saka. This is why we have the program that we have. We've got to make sure we develop well-rounded individuals, kids who can still find a bus station and are not waiting for taxis when we leave them. 99% of these youngsters will need to find a different job, period. So we cannot just prepare them to fail. No chance. I'm not in for this. And this is the undiluted truth. You get, many people don't enter academy, they pursue. Even if they got a pursue because it was not good enough, we could not meet that 1%. But at the end of the day, now part of what Matty Saka talk say, 99% of them, they will train you so that if you go outside, go flourish, but you may not be able to flourish here. Then if you go outside, flourish, because see you value your growth, if we still bring you back to continue your progress when you don't actually bear that one said there's no crime in that. So my dear Arsenal lovers are the biggest news of the day. That be the fact say you're right. He talks say in the C 3-0 against Everton. And some people talk say we don't start now, they underrate Everton. Don't be like underration, it gets just not projection. So everybody gets their own prediction What do you say they see for that game? Because that match that must win, whether na 1-0, whether na 2-0, whether na 2-1, it's a must win because I see Man City beating Sunderland and we will need a response. Get so now so it just be. So with that being said, I think it's a fine place for us to just call the show and then so it's like come your way later in the evening to give the evening news. So then thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day and game out, right guys. Ciao.